Hey everybody, this is Randall again. This is the second video I've made so far. I'm enjoying this. The one thing I want to talk about tonight is that the cost of saying yes and the cost of saying no. When you're presented with an opportunity, no matter how good it is, weigh the cost of saying yes. There's three metrics I use: time, money, and emotion. Um, if you read my website, theauditmethod.com, that's TheAuditMethod.com, you'll find that time, money, and emotional investment are really, really important in making your decision. The cost of saying yes. Do you have the time? Do you have the money? And do you have the emotional investment? Time, we all understand what that means. Can I do it? Whether I'm selfish or whether with my time or whether I share my time, family, doesn't matter. Can I do it? Okay, yeah, I got the time, fine. Do you have the money? Um, the opportunity cost me $100,000 after I've analyzed it. I got 500,000. I guess I got the money. Emotional investment. This opportunity is going to cost me a lot of stress, a lot of worry, a lot of risk. It's going to cause my significant other, spouse, my children to face neglect because I got to be gone doing this and got to be gone doing that. And even when I'm at home, I got to work on it. Um, Emotionally, can I handle this? This is a point where most people say, I'll just deal with it. However, emotional investment is paramount to time and money because it is the climax of both of those. It's your time and your money, and those combined, you have the person and you have the person's resources. Those combined create different emotions. If you have the time but don't have enough money, more stress. If you have the money but don't have enough time, more stress. If you have the time and your money personally, but you don't have the ability to balance it all with your family and your kids and other requirements, then you truly don't have the emotional investment needed. So the cost of saying no can be extremely high. And one of those three metrics: time, money, or emotional investment. The cost of saying no. Let's talk about that for a second. What is the cost of saying no? Well, the cost of saying no is that if I pass this opportunity up, what am I losing? Am I losing the ability to have more free time? So let's say the opportunity is a real estate investment, right? I'm going to put 80,000 in. I'm going to get 150,000 out. That allows me to the profit off that, the $70,000 profit, would allow me to live essentially for a year if I wanted to just burn through that money. All right, the average person can live off 70 grand a year. So if you do this deal, does it give you more time? Hmm, yeah, it does. It gives you more time. So some of you might be thinking, okay, time on the opportunity, saying no. Um, does it mean that I'm spending time on it, or does it mean that I'm gaining time? So I look at things like, am I gaining time or losing time by doing this deal? So the opportunity cost of saying uh, no, or do I have enough time for it, or is it going to give me more time? Excuse me. Um, Next thing you got to look at is that it's going to cost me money. Some opportunities, they look good, but they cost you money. Next thing you look at is emotional investment. Is this opportunity that I'm saying no to? Um, is it going to, am I saying no because it's going to be emotionally taxing for me? So if you answer yes to those questions, as far as saying no to an opportunity, it's a good reason to say no. If you're presented with something, and just to be clear, I might have jumbled this up, but if you're presented with something and an opportunity, and you look at it very, very, very objectively and say, you know what, if I say yes to this, it's going to cost me time, money, and emotion. If I say no to this, it could cost me nothing. Number one. Number two, it could it could benefit me, and so maybe saying no is not the right thing. If you weigh these things, you'll find your answer every situation. Um, should you say yes and should you say no? Is it worth it to say yes or worth it to say no? Um, guys, I say all that to say, guys and girls, I say all that to say, look at every opportunity for both sides, not just what it costs you, but what it can benefit you at the same time, and then see which one is better. Is the marginal cost higher than the marginal benefit, or is the marginal benefit higher than the marginal cost? Saying yes because something's going to provide you a lot of income, but it's going to cost you a lot of time, doesn't mean that you should say yes to it. If someone told you you can make $1 million today, but you're going to spend the next 2 years away from your family, would you do it? Some of you are going to say yes. If somebody says, you know what, you can make $1 million today, and you don't have to lose any time with your family, and you don't spend a dime, would you do it? Of course you would do it. It's a perfect scenario. But anything that taxes one of your metrics, the time, money, and emotional investment, you got to look at really, really hard. So remember that time, money, emotional investment. If you're going to lose in any one of those areas, it may not be worth it. It may not be worth it because you can't get time back. Once you've had stress in your life, it never goes away. And the money, yeah, you can make it again, but it sucks to lose it. So weigh every opportunity with time, money, and emotional investment. Guys, I hope it was simple. I wasn't trying to make it confusing or cloudy, but it is midnight when I'm making this video, so forgive me if it sounds jumbled. Anyhow, check out the website, theauditmethod.com. It's TheAuditMethod.com.